What's good, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. Like, share, subscribe, comment. I do talk about on video, and we're just gonna hop right into it. So today we will be talking about the viral video at the Coldplay concert. So if you haven't seen it,
oh, look at these two. All right, come on, you're okay? Oh, what? Either they're having an affair or they're just very shy. I'm not quite sure.
So obviously what's going on there is two people who should not be seen together, and you know the internet works wonders, and they found out who these two people were. Now what also made it worse is that these two people have some status. So who it came out to be, the man is Andy Byron, the CEO of a tech company called Astronomers. The Astronomers is worth reportedly over $1 billion, while Andy himself is worth anywhere from 20 to 70 million. So that ain't good. And the woman in the video is Kristen Cabot. Now Kristen Cabot is the CPO, chief police officer at Astronomers. But Kristen has, she's been recently divorced in the last couple of years and hasn't remarried. So she wasn't, super down bad. But Andy Byron has a wife, Megan Kerrigan Byron, who isn't really in the same field as him. She is a respected educator based in Massachusetts. She serves as the associate director of the lower school and the Hope Graham program mission at Bancroft School. So she's an educator and things of that sort. But the two reside together in New York. But reportedly, she has taken her name. I mean, because it was Megan Kerrigan Bryan off of Facebook and taking the Bryan off. So I don't know if that's reportedly, her getting a divorce, or she's just doing that so it's harder for people to find her name and things of that sort. But as far as a divorce, like I said, they're based in New York, so the divorce will be in New York. New York is not a 50-50 state. New York is an equitable distribution state. Now, she probably will get something because of how it happened, especially it being so public. But that doesn't mean she would, get everything like that. So, yeah, reportedly, Mr. Byron has put out a statement, but I seen on Twitter that the statement is fake. So take this with a grain of salt, what I'm about to read for you. It says, "I deeply regret the events that unfolded at the concert and the pain this has caused my family, my colleagues, and the astronomical community. A deeply personal mistake that I am working to address privately with those that it has affected. It's deeply upsetting that a private matter was broadcast without my consent, turning a personal matter into a public spectacle. I'm committed to learning from this and ensuring it does not define my leadership or Astronomers' mission." So, from this first, people have been talking about what kind of boss he is. I don't give a fuck about what kind of boss he is because this shit funny as hell. He got to do better, bro. First of all, niggas with, this much status, this much money at their hands. Let's be honest, bro. Powerful men like this are not, the most loyal of men. So, him having a side on is, a lot of people knew that. His wife clearly might have not known that. But her being the CPO makes it obvious because they work together. They're in close proximity a lot of the times. He probably, working long hours. So it makes sense. But it's just funny as hell, especially getting caught up like this. And like I said, I don't know if the statement is true or not, but if the last part was true, him talking about without his consent, honestly, and a lot of people are saying this as well, it probably wouldn't have went as viral if they didn't react in the way that they did. Well, so obviously you see the reaction first, and Chris Martin of Coldplay goes and says, he says, "Whoa, look at these two. All right, come on, you're okay. Either they're having an affair or they're just very shy. I'm not quite sure what to do." So what we came to find out is they were having an affair. But like I said, if they had reacted a little better, it probably wouldn't have went as viral. Because if they just had reacted and like stayed still and just kept holding each other, no kiss or anything of that sort, just stood there, then it wouldn't have went nowhere because people would just like, oh, that's a couple. They don't really give a fuck to be on a kiss cam. But the fact that they ducked out the camera, ran out the camera, of course now shit gonna go viral because it's like it's a funny reaction, and two, now we know something going on and motherfuckers is nosy. So you knew that shit was gonna go viral once you reacted like that. Your ass should have just, calmly, present itself. Cause even though, like I said, he's a man of status, but how many people even knew what the fuck Astronomers was, or what the damn CEO of Astronomers looked like before this? CEO and CPO of Astronomers looked like before this? Nobody. Let's be for real. So even just seeing his seeing his face out there, nobody would have known. It wouldn't have became a thing. So yeah. But it's just a funny ass situation, viral ass clip. But that's really all I gotta say though. Like, share, subscribe, comment. IG, TikTok, bottom of the video, and we out.